Hey everybody, welcome to part 25 of Let's Play Breath of Fire 2. This segment is going to be a collect-athon. We're not going to do anything story-based, but we're going to go out and pick up a lot of new treasures that'll help make the rest of the game go a lot easier. Right off the bat, you want to go into the inn that you just saw me go to. Check out this treasure chest, the Charm Rod. It is the end-all, be-all of fishing rods. So you can get rid of that deluxe pole and never look back. And when we last left off, in part 24, we had just gotten a new form of transportation known as the Great Bird, thanks to Mina's sacrifice. And that opens up pretty much everything else in the world that there is to do. And so right now we're going to go check out Gate, just because we haven't been here in about 10 years. We can finally see what this trouble is, though we won't get too many answers, I'll admit. If we go in with Spar, you can talk to the great tree here. Pretty much tells us the obvious. Hey, I'm dying. All the other trees are dying. Yep. But we already knew that, so nothing new there. We can also go to Gate, the town Ryu and Bao grew up in years and years ago. We're just gonna time warp again because it only took me ahead like a minute. I want it to be daytime just because there's a little more stuff to do. Everyone in the town doesn't have anything important to say, but you'll see. They've been out of touch with the world for 10 years. Father Hulk says the dragon is the one stealing your life away. I'm inclined to not believe him, though. We've grown up with that dragon, and it's always been a protector of the town. I don't think now it would destroy it. Everyone here is a believer of Saint Eva, and everyone here has a bad memory, which we know now was because of Arumel in the Great Wise Tree, who's been destroying people's memories. So that's it. Everyone pretty much says a similar thing. What's kind of cool or creepy, I'm not sure how you think about it, if you go into town at night, there's nobody in the village, but they all at the church. And so they all go to the church and pray to St. Eva together. Interesting little thing. Alright, well, we're going to try to get a fishing spot to show up, so we're going to fight some new enemies here, too. This is heavily defended monster-wise. Thankfully, the magic golem here is actually the easiest of your encounters that you'll fight here. Being a golem, he goes very slow, and he's very, very high defense, very high attack. However, being a magic golem, he will occasionally try to use spells on you, but he has no AP at all. Just like that, he's taken care of. He will try to cast Spark or other low-level spells, but he has no AP, and it'll just say too weak, and you get a free turn. Mammoths, on the other hand, or in this case, Mamot. I don't know what happened translation-wise there. These look familiar. They are just a little bit... Actually, they may be stronger versions of MC Tusk from before. I'm not sure. They do have very strong attacks, and they do Egg Beater, so it can beat you down pretty quick. Thankfully, they're weak to flame, as you can see, so any fire magic you have, you can go for it. Spar, I don't know why I had you do that. I just felt like you needed a turn. Probably should have had you defend. So everyone at full health gets even healthier. A lot of hit points and a lot of defense too. As you'd expect from a mammoth, these guys are pretty tough. I just have Nina cast Flame every turn. You could have Jean use Chop Chop, or whoever you taught it to. I like having him attack in case he gets a special. Spar's not doing too bad either. Boom! So it's lucky that Ryu dodged that second attack, but you can see every turn he could pretty much cripple one of your characters. And I just edited out the walking around because we're still looking for that fishing spot. And we have a new enemy. This is perhaps even worse than the mammoths. Chimaera. Who was translating this? I don't understand how they did it so badly. The rule of thumb, don't have anyone attack this guy unless they have extreme defense. Fire breath is not a problem at all. His physical attacks are huge. They'll do about 150 damage to Ryu. And the reason you don't have anyone else attack unless they can take it is he does get counterattacks, which is no good. And quite like the mammoths, these two have pretty high defense and a lot of hit points. On the flip side of things, though, instead of fire, chimaeras are weak to ice magic. So as you can see, freeze. See, freeze is doing a nice 200 damage each. So, for almost maybe the first time in this game, I'm not sure, the magic users are actually dealing more damage than the physical attackers. And as you can see, Ryu just took a big hit there. These guys mean business. Thankfully, though, for all your trouble, you are getting a pretty good experience bonus from these guys. So it could be worth it. Yeah, 15,000. Not too shabby. Alrighty. So it takes a couple random battles here. If you get worn out, don't be afraid to leave and come back. It'll show up eventually. But yeah, we do want this fishing spot. And not have another random battle. Thankfully, I got extremely lucky. And after that battle, the fishing spot stayed there. All there is here is a lone treasure chest at the bottom of the ocean. And that's what we're going for. You may have been seeing these at a couple other fishing spots depending on where you've looked. However, nothing is strong enough to pull it out except for the charm rod. I've heard that you could do it with the deluxe pole if you mash as fast as possible, but I've never had any luck doing it, so I just wait for the charm rod. What's in this treasure box? We get the life armor. Life armor is pretty good. It keeps you alive, as the name would suggest. So the brave armor is what gives us that offense boost, so the life armor isn't taking away offense or anything, we're just unequipping something that gains it. It does slow you down a lot, and using that logic, and I figure Gene's already super slow, we'll give it to him, make him the tank even more. The big thing about life armor that makes it unique and better than most other armors is while it's equipped, every step you take, you gain hit points back. So it's basically the opposite of poison. So now between battles, Gene should be healing up automatically, which is a nice little thing. Our next stop on our collect-athon, we're going to look for another fishing spot here on Giant Island. This also gives me an opportunity to show you some more giant monsters of Giant Island. Here we have the Gong Head. These are probably, well, aside from one other enemy, which I haven't shown yet, and you won't see in this part. This is probably the most common and most dangerous enemy on Giant Island, just because there's not a quick way to do it. Freeze, you've seen it by now, maybe 100, yeah, 95, that's acceptable. I have spellcasters use freeze themselves, just because it's the most powerful single target spell we have so far. The idea for fighting the Gong Head is to do some damage, but don't waste all your top level abilities. Like, don't use dragon spells or anything on them, because as you'll see, once they're damaged, even just a little bit, they will use Cure 4 on themselves, and they have enough AP to do this twice. So after the first turn, go ahead and heal yourself up while having some people attack, so that way he'll be damaged and he'll think, oh, I should heal myself. And since it's Cure 4 and it undoes all the damage you do, there's no reason to try too hard. So basically, you just want a war of attrition, I suppose. Just first couple turns, just damage him just to make a point. And there you go, now he's out of AP. and you can wail on him, and Ryu will get a huge special thanks to attack up and cast on him. And the monsters of Giant Island drop a lot of extracts and van extracts. And here we have the other giant enemy, the A Sledge. I like to call him the Atomic Sledge, or Slime. Super easy. Have everyone defend except for your spellcaster. Use Death. Death will never fail. I have never seen it not work. Boom, 900 hit points gone. So those are always great to run into. And that finally created a fishing spot for us. So we're going to have Ryu bust out the old fishing pole. Ignore most of these fish. I used the urchin because, as far as I can tell, none of the fish seem to like it. They can sink past everything without you having to catch a bunch of fish before you clear a path to the treasure box. In this treasure box, you get the Love Bracelet. The Love Bracelet is pretty much the same as the Life Armor, except it doesn't give defense or anything because it's an accessory. But same thing with the Life Armor, you will gain hit points with each step of the way. I don't believe the two effects stack with each other. I haven't tested that though, so I'm not sure. But this way now, Gene and Spar will be auto-healing between fights. So it'll be good. Our next stop is going to be a small island that I have a hard time finding. I go here dozens of times once I have the Great Bird, but I always pass it up, so eventually I'm gonna give up and look at a map here. There we go. It's directly straight east from where the Grand Eva Church is. There we go. Small island, inaccessible except by the Great Bird. And there is a single house on this island. Also, while you're here, I would recommend going straight to the house and leaving the random battles in here. This island is called Knight Rider Island, and it is named after one monster who can easily destroy you. I'll show him in a later video. He's fun to fight, but he's very dangerous. But the reason we came here was for this item shop. So this man on an island, all alone, I don't think he gets that many customers, has some of the best equipment in the game. I'd recommend buying a mother robe or two if you can afford it. I'm saving my money for something else. And the Sun Max too. Basically everything he has here should be an upgrade of some sort. The damage sword, there's a reason I'm not picking that up. And we're going to show that now. Because why should we settle for great equipment when we can get the absolute best equipment? I believe this is our final stop in the collect-athon. Forgive me here, this is a little bit off. I always forget exactly where this fishing spot shows up. It's very, very funky to get to. So it's not down here, it's not up there, it's right there. So, if you land on this tiny section between the mountains and the cliffside to the ocean, and just walk around till a random battle shows up, you get a fishing spot to appear. And this fishing spot is brimming with destiny, or power. Ignore all the, what are those, salmon, I think? We just want that treasure. I'm so excited, you guys don't even know what's in it, but it's amazing. Inside the treasure box, you get the Empire Sword. This is Ryu's ultimate equipment. This is the greatest sword ever in the game. Are you ready to see it equipped? Boom. Almost 100 offense increase. So he is going to be destroying stuff now. And I swear, that is the greatest equipment. You'll pick up some other stuff later, but nothing will ever match the Empire Sword. And as a bonus, though, you'd never really use it. If you use it as an item, it'll use Sonic Boom. So, it's a little bit better than the Thunder Ring. Alright, and I did lie about that being the last item. That is the last item we're going to fish up out of the sea, but we're not done fishing yet, if that makes sense. 2 or 3 parts ago, I showed Rand with some new secret equipment on. And now I'm going to finally show you where that equipment came from. The Medusa shield. Again, we're going to have to fight some random battles here. In fact, this is fairly dangerous, as you can see. I decided to keep this fight in, even though you've already seen them, just to show that, yeah, mammoths can show up in groups of 2. It's just as bad as you would think. Thankfully, we have dragon magic, and Nina has flame. Spar's doing okay in the back. Being in the back, it takes a little bit less damage. Ryu's not doing so well. Counterattack with the Empire Sword, just a nice chunk. And thankfully, flame attacks everybody, so that's extra good. Lay on the fire dragon. Spar asked for help, and once again, not answered. Ugh. Never good in a clinch. So, this is a lot more manageable once you take out one of the mammoths. However, Ryu is going to die. That's okay. The egg beater moves on to Jean. You get a nice chunk of experience. Not nearly as good as 1 chimera, but 10,000's okay. 10,000 divided by 3 instead of 4, because Ryu died. Anyway, so we're going to revive him. Continue walking around. I don't know why I'm having such bad luck. During my little test to show the efficient way to get around, I had all these fishing spots showing up after just 1 or 2 fights, but when I actually sat down to record this, it took a lot longer, as you can see. So we're just kind of wandering around. Finally, after 2 or 3 more random battles, it showed up. Now, you don't need the Great Bird to get this one, but it's safer to do it this way. You can use Jean to hop across those little islands you see. However, it does take quite a few steps to get there, and there's a good chance you'll run into a random battle, and then the fishing spot will disappear and you'll have to do it again. So this is a good time to do it, if you wait till you get the Great Bird. And now we're going to sit here with gold on our fishing pole, and we're just going to wait, and wait, and wait, and wait. Promise you he's coming. There he is. Haven't seen you in a while, Mr. Manila. This is the other super secret armory, I suppose. Along with that guy on the island, this guy also sells some of the greatest equipment in the game. Primarily the Medusa shield. I would highly recommend that. The rest of it, it's pretty good stats, but the Medusa shield is amazing because, as you can see, it casts attack up for free, which is a great spell, and it also has some pretty strong defense. I decided to give this to Jean, let him remain the tank. 50,000, it is well worth it. It is easily the most expensive item in the game. If you have enough, if you've been cooking those gold bars, you don't have to worry about that. So now we have 2 Medusa shields, Life Armor, Love Bracelet, and the End All Empire Sword. We also upgraded some of Jean's equipment too. The Emblem Rapier from the item shop. We're looking good. Now we're going to go back and land close to the church. And we're going to pretend that this whole segment was just a dream. So this is going to do it for part 25? 25? Yeah. I'm just going to rest up at the end. Everyone's tip-top condition. And then we're going to go to St. Eva's Church and see what... get some answers finally. Maybe. See what happened to Rand's mother. Alrighty. Well, thank you for joining me. And I will see you for part 26. Have a good one. Later.